Hi, it's Adina. Welcome to my channel. This is the podcast, Get Your Mind Right. This is episode 5 of the creative mindset of a digital entrepreneur. The infinite game, building a business that evolves with you, is today's topic. Hey, it's Adina. I'm a digital business coach, entrepreneur and software developer, and I teach you how to build profitable digital product businesses that give you freedom, flexibility and fulfillment. So as I said, this is episode 5 of the creative mindset of a digital entrepreneur. Today we're closing out the series with one of my favorite topics, the idea of the infinite game. Because real success in the digital world isn't about quick wins or viral moments. It's about building something that grows with you, not against you. I'm excited to end this 5-part series. This is part of my 500 posts in 30 days challenge that I set myself up for. I know I'm crazy for setting myself up for a challenge like this, but we are on day 25 as I do this. And so I'm really happy that I'm nearly done with this challenge. So let's get into this. Would you ever do a challenge like this, 500 posts? My son was telling me the other day that I should do 1,000 posts, and I'm seeing if I can actually do it from November the 1st. So I might take a break and then dive back in on November 1st and go all in with this challenge. Anyway, let's go. The trap of the finish line is the first thing I want to talk about. Most people start their digital business chasing an endpoint. If I could just hit 10k months, if I could just grow to 10,000 followers, if I could just quit my job. And don't get me wrong, those goals are powerful. But the problem comes when you start to believe that hitting those milestones means you're done. That once you reach them, everything gets easier. Okay. So one of the things I teach is how you can start earning 10k months in 90 days. Okay. And I know a lot of people want to make that kind of money in that time because they think that once they earn 10k, that everything's going to change. Everything is going to be different. Yes, you do reduce your stress levels when you start making more money. But often it can leave you feeling like, well, that's it now. I can just take a break or I can just rest for the next sort of 2 or 3 months. But yeah, let's get into this. In reality, entrepreneurship isn't a race. It's an ecosystem. And it evolves and you evolve. The market evolves. And the ones who stay in the game are the ones who know how to evolve with it. That's what I call the infinite game mindset. So what the infinite game really means, it means it comes from a philosopher called James P. Cass. And what he said is that in finite games are played to win. Infinite games are played to keep playing. You see the difference? Finite games are played to win, and infinite games are played to keep playing. In business, that means you're not just trying to make one sale, have one good launch, or build one viral moment. You're building a foundation that allows you to keep playing, to grow, adapt, and reinvent yourself whenever you need to. When you start thinking like this, your priorities shift. You stop obsessing over competition and start focusing on contribution. You stop chasing perfection and you start building systems that support creativity. You stop measuring success by numbers alone and start measuring it by alignment, by how much your business reflects who you're becoming. It is really powerful. I like to talk about this when I'm talking about identity shifting and energetic alignment, and how important these things are for building a sustainable long-term business that's going to grow with you and even outgrow you when you've gone. Let's talk about the creative edge of evolution. Here's the secret. Evolution itself is a creative process. Every pivot you make, every failed launch, every shift in your audience is part of your creative evolution as an entrepreneur. The people who thrive long-term aren't necessarily the most talented or the most strategic. They're the ones who stay curious enough to keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep reinventing. Curiosity is the major key as well. Staying curious is so powerful as a creative, as an entrepreneur. It's so important to stay curious, to keep asking questions, to keep questioning things and keep experimenting and playing and see your whole business as being an opportunity for you to grow and learn. Not just in business, but as a person. If you're running a business and you are not growing as a person, you're not evolving as a person, and you're not aligning yourself with your next level version of yourself, then what's the point? The business isn't supposed to make you become a better, isn't supposed to make you worse. It's supposed to make you better. This is what I believe anyway. I don't know about some other sharks out there, but I believe that business is supposed to make you better. It's not supposed to make you worse. You should see your business development as part of your personal development as well. That's why I believe that when it comes to growing as a business owner, it's holistic. It's not just about growing in terms of making more money. It's also about growing in terms of deepening your values, connecting with your values, aligning with your values, becoming a better person physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and financially. It all ties in. Think of your digital business as a living organism. It needs space to grow, shed old layers and develop new ones. And just like you, it's allowed to change, shape over time. The art is in allowing it to. So let's talk about sustainability through alignment. The most sustainable digital businesses aren't built on hustle, they're built on harmony. You can push hard for a season, but long-term growth requires rhythm, not constant motion. I want to say this, okay? So right now I'm doing this 500 post challenge, and I do challenges once in a while. So I set myself up for a big challenge, and then I'll do little mini challenges, and then I'll take a break. And often people think I'm always posting, I'm always creating, I'm actually not, because often I schedule out content. And then I take this time to rest and refocus, and even take a step back and look at what I've created and see how I can improve and how I can develop and how I can get better. So, this means designing offers that light you up, creating content that feels like self-expression, not obligation, building systems that support your energy, not drain it. One of the systems that I've built over the past couple of years has been taking 5 core ideas and rinsing and repeating them over and over and over again. And those 5 core ideas have helped me, because most of the time when you're just coming up with ideas for content, and it's just like they're always different, it can get draining, even if you are a creative person, even if you love what you do, even when it comes to business as well. And often with business, the answers are always there. They're always within you. They're always around you. And so if you don't take time to step back and really look at the bigger picture, it's going to be hard for you to evolve as a business owner, because you haven't had the time to do it. You've just been working constantly, and you haven't had the time to look up and actually see the evidence of the need for experimentation or change or growth. When your business aligns with your natural creative flow, consistency becomes a byproduct of joy. That's the infinite game in motion, growth without burnout. It's quite interesting we're talking about growth without burnout, because when you hear something like, a 500 post challenge, oh my God, it's going to be too much. Actually, as I've grown through this challenge, what I've noticed is that I don't need to come up with something fresh on a daily basis. I've got so much content already that I don't need to come up with something new anymore. I can just keep reframing and repurposing, for the rest of the challenge, and even for the rest of the next year or so. I can keep doing that, because people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. And so in business, there's always going to be a solution to a problem that has already been done. It's not a new solution, but it's a solution that has worked. And so you're going to do it again and again and again, and keep rinsing and repeating that. But then over time, you are going to need to grow and evolve and change and switch things up, because it might not work anymore. So as we wrap up this series, I want you to remember this. You're not building a business to escape your life. You're building it to expand your life, to express your ideas, your values, and your evolution. Your creativity is the heartbeat of your business. And when you treat your business as a living, evolving expression of who you are becoming, you never run out of inspiration, because you never stop growing. That's the infinite game, not chasing success, but embodying it. I love that. Your creativity is the heartbeat of your business. And when you treat your business as a living, growing, and evolving organism, evolving expression of who you're becoming, you never run out of inspiration, because you never stop growing. That's the infinite game, not chasing success, but embodying it. If you're ready to evolve your digital business into its next chapter, one that's aligned, profitable, and deeply personal, I'd love to help you out with that. I'd love to help you get there. Book a strategy call with me to learn how to build your VIP offer and create the kind of business that scales with your growth and your genius. You'll find the link in the description. So you can book a strategy call with me, and we'll go through how you can build your VIP offer and all of that. But if you really want to go deep and just get into it, you can sign up for a VIP day. I'll leave the 2 links in the description so you can get on with those. I'm really grateful for you taking the time to listen to this. This has been the creative mindset of a digital entrepreneur. I hope this series has helped you see your creativity not as a side skill, but as the core of your success. Keep evolving, keep creating, and remember, this isn't about reaching the finish line. It's about building a life and business that you never want to walk away from. Thank you so much, and take care. Stay creative and stay curious.